A lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, it is. Evil.
Knievel.
Not our real names.
Nailed it.
Oh, you want me to do my bit? Okay, here we go.
Who are those guys?
You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
That might have been too much, man.
It is. I love shit like that.
SFC. The polygraph is on.
Are we hot? We're hot.
You are hot
SFC?
in your hat. We are dressed for the movie
Hot
today.
in my hat?
Yeah,
Oh, here we are.
I can't wait to hear about this hat.
Oh, my stars.
Oh, my stars.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to A Little Independent, the podcast where two friends talk about independent, strange, obscure, or just plain weird movies. My name is Ryan.
And I'm Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Ryan.
I added a few extra things.
You put
about
strange
the
in there. I think that's is strange. Strange sounded new to me. Is that a new one?
It is, and I'm in my head about this because I think we talked about the intro, maybe.
Oh yeah,
like my sounding rigid or forgetting things, and I wasn't thinking about it until we just started talking. This is how frail the human brain is.
Well, I have to be careful what I say to you because then you take it and you're like, oh no, I have to fix all this. And
Independent,
we'll have 12
obscure,
pages,
just plain weird.
12 pages of notes on. It was.
No.
Wait.
I wouldn't do that.
No, it was. So I have something for you.
Oh,
verbal.
Oh.
It's not a gift this time.
Yeah, jeez.
And I wrote it out so that I wouldn't make a mistake. Are you ready?
This is a tender moment.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's a candle.
Tender
burning in front of
mercies,
us.
not an independent film. Ryan, all the things you've done have put you right here in that chair with me. A Zen moment from the dream. Our last movie.
Wow.
Which is definitely a segue into who is in our new film
Yeah.
that we're doing tonight.
Well, today's movie is I love again what you did with the trilogy, the triumvirate, and how you wove a tale amongst three of your episodes, culminating in the Bad Batch, which was again a movie I really enjoy the shit out of. There's so much about it that you think about afterwards. The music, there's some corniness, and we have questions every time.
Yeah, well, it makes you think. I mean, gets you talking. It makes you think whether it's good or bad. And tonight's movie does as well. Holy crap!
Well, I wanted to repay in kind, and I find this ironic that here we are, and the way I could honor the Bad Batch is in my dumbest way possible was to do. One of my favorite Keanu Reeves performances, that is an independent film, in a movie called River's Edge.
And there's not the in front of it. It's just River's Edge. 1986. Yeah. Now, this was a gift to me because I had never seen it. I had never seen this movie.
Did I ask you that at all? Or am I
no. And I love
around?
that when it's, I mean, most of them are, but, a lot of these 80s movies have, and I was surprised I hadn't seen it.
I'm fascinated by this because there's some distance between us in age a little bit, but I think that little bit is enough to make kind of a big difference with certain things. Like you have seen movies in the movie theater and at drive-ins, as you've talked about on this show.
Yeah.
That make me marvel. I get jealous about it. And so a movie like this, I'm always curious, as I think I probably grilled you in a similar way about Repo Man, but I forget the response, which is a terrible friend thing to do.
Well, this brought up so much high school memories, the clothes, it was granted out of the Detroit area as opposed to California.
Yeah. But
still, the hair, the clothes, you love the music, but it had more... we're going to definitely get into the music, but it was heavier. Like I was wearing Zeppelin shirts all the time and that type of thing. I didn't wear, I don't even know. We'll talk about it because I don't know.
The Buddhist monk warrior of the two of us.
So you want me to be half monk?
Half hitman. Listen to the James Bonding podcast. Again, I don't know. We maybe don't do it off just random plugs, but James Bonding, one of the best podcasts ever. Matt Gorley, my spiritual mentor. I love that man.
Your hero.
But no, I'm off track.
You are. 1986, River's Edge, episode 32, showed up at Sundance and was purchased by Island Pictures.
We went right into Thanks for saving us.
And
I'll have to listen to it back and be like, oh, that's where we were going with that James Bond thread.
Yeah, well, you said something about Gorley being a...
Well, there is a connection to James Bond in this movie, which is interesting.
Oh, can't wait to hear that.
Yeah. And speaking of the clothes, which I think is interesting as well, Keanu Reeves in this film, it's kind of his own wardrobe. He brought his own sensibilities to it, which I think is kind of interesting. I found a interview where he talks about that. But this is a movie that is really special to me, and you mentioned one reason why, and you talking about it, which was the music.
Every time they get into a car, I hear something that Ryan would listen to, and I wouldn't.
Specifically Slayer. And, you bet your ass I listened to Slayer's Show No Mercy on the way here.
Yes.
Because this movie is special to me, and I haven't seen it in a little while, which is odd. And a little while for me is probably not as long as a little while for more people than not. But this was that 80s movie that resonated with me more than most of the others.
Yeah.
You know, the Pretties in Pink and The Breakfast Club, I think universally everybody could get behind in a way, but a lot of the more saccharine, squishy and spongy, as I like to now, I guess, call them, those 80s movies, I didn't identify with as much, but this or a movie like Suburbia, I did. And Slayer being, a key part of the soundtrack, was huge for me. And hearing music I loved in a movie that I could rent at the video store was awesome. And this was the one I'd go back to. I identified more with, in a way, some of these folks than I did, the people in the other movies.
Well, it sure was it is a very disturbing movie.
It is. You never saw this in the theater, or what?
I never even heard of it.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it was a gift. It was great to be able to it's cool when you're going in for the very first time. And I always make sure I'm like, okay, I'm not going to watch anything. I did read like one plug about it being, the controversial movie of the year or something like that. And I'm like, okay, stop. I want to go in clean. I don't want to know anything.
Yeah. It's it's, I think, kind of a quintessential 80s movie in a lot of ways. It doesn't get talked about as much, at least as I was, researching it this time. It's talked about, but it's not easy to find a lot of stuff about it in a way.
Okay. Yeah.
But the description from IMDb, again, River's Edge, 1986, a high school slacker commits a shocking act and proceeds to let his friends in on the secret. However, the friend's reaction is almost as ambiguous and perplexing as the crime itself. What do you think of that?
It's okay. I'm surprised they didn't go more with that it's based on true events.
It's an unwieldy kind of description in a way, because it does bring you in, because you're wondering, well, all right, what are the reactions? But I don't know, interesting.
But I found it interesting when I did my research about, it's based on an actual case, an actual event.
That's unreal.
Yeah, but they don't plug that. It doesn't say true events based, it doesn't say any of that at the beginning of the movie.
No. But I think what's really compelling about this, and looking at it again through our lens, the Ali lens, because again, and I contend with this, Amazon, which I don't think is too much of a tangent, but I watch these movies differently when I do it for the podcast. Yeah. And it doesn't, I don't know, it does in a way make me long to watch a movie and just watch it and not maybe watch it the way I do for this, which I hope is okay and working for everybody still. Huh?
Well, I still do it the same way. Once in a while, I only have time for one, but I usually always have time. So I always watch it first time, no notes, no nothing. I just sit and take in the movie.
Yeah.
And then the second time and third time, if I do a third time, is all the note taking and mixing in the research and all that. But I like to go in and just have the movie experience.
Yeah.
But your time is so much more limited.
A little bit, but I don't know if I do it any differently, and it's still super fun. But
it's always great to hear the story of when you stop it and your wife throws a pillow at you, and you know what
I thought about it was the writing. You know, it wasn't as funny back then as I had that. Like, it's a comedy to me, almost first and foremost.
Okay.
And the director of the film would probably agree with you. In a documentary that I saw, he does mention black comedy, and it's dark humor, and dark comedy, but it's hugely underlined by Crispin Glover's performance. But it is billed officially, thanks to IMDb, as a crime drama. And I already, kind of talked a little bit about the missing comedy, because it's not billed as a comedy.
No, and it's Crispin's performance choice that makes it the dark comedy.
Yeah.
And I watched that same doc it sounds like that you did.
Yeah.
That half-hour one called the On the Edge or something like that. I haven't written down when we get to it's like half-hour long.
Yeah, it was really cool. The thing about, Crispin Glover wanting to audition for the Samson role, and how, little things like that, color how you view the film, but the fact that he came in as this character, and, even on the first day of filming, the director's like, "Do you want to try it the other subtler way?" And he's like, "No." Yeah. I imagine, "I'm not going to."
Yeah, he made him wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, to prepare before he even auditioned. Yeah, I know. But so as we mentioned, it stars Crispin Glover as Lane. Now, what was your knowing you and not knowing the movie, you went into the movie, you see Crispin Glover. What are you thinking? What's the first thing you're thinking?
Back to the Future.
Okay, so he's recognizable to you.
Yes.
Like in name right away? Like if I had said...
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't have known him by name.
So
I would
when you
just
saw him,
that's the guy from Back to the Future.
That was the first thing. And did anything else kind of cascade?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but I'm sure you're gonna cascade me, Ryan.
Okay.
Do you need some time to prepare?
No. I'm ready to
waterfall.
I'm ready to shower you with that sweet info.
Waterfall.
And everybody's just loving this part of the pod when we're, kind of volleying, sharing.
I love
transferring.
And it's new lingo for me too. Yeah. I got to get used to saying the pod.
I know. You're gonna I'm gonna take your hand, Todd, and we're gonna go
found
into the land
Pod
of
Chasers, and that's the IMDb of podcasts.
Oh,
and it's like a hip, and and we're not on it yet.
No,
we will be
as of this taping.
Patience,
Crispin Glover is an actor that I adore, and a person. I think he is legit just a weirdo, and I don't think it's a show.
But he's a trained school actor.
And he is the son of Bruce Glover, an actor. And Bruce Glover, we may have talked about this guy
cousin
before.
of Danny Glover?
Nope, not really. If this was televised, this would be funnier.
The looks on Ryan's face, I'm sorry you're not seeing
Crispin
it.
Glover's dad is also another kind of infamous weirdo as an actor, but he's probably best known in a movie I love. He's in Chinatown.
Oh yeah.
So he's one of
Classic.
Jack Nicholson. He's Duffy. He's one of Jack Nicholson's, the younger of the two.
All right.
The guy
it's been a while, but I love that movie.
And he is in. He's one of the most infamous James Bond henchmen because he's part of a pair. He is Mr. Wint in Diamonds Are Forever. So the two assassins, the two gay assassins, the couple.
And that is
that's Crispin Glover's dad.
Cool.
And he's just such an awesome, that guy himself. Like, watch his movies. He's, again, just a kook. And Crispin Glover, I think, the same. Just a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
And he's got this famous David Letterman appearance when he's on and he almost kicks David Letterman in the face. I mean, he's a musician. Check out his music. It's crazy.
Wow.
But he started on the stage. His first like big role, he was the lead in a stage production of The Sound of Music starring Florence Henderson. And then he went on. He went into. He was on a couple of TV shows: Happy Days, Hill Street Blues, and The Family Ties. But his breakthrough role was as George McFly in Back to the Future,
and that helped them anchor this movie because that wasn't too long before '86.
That was right before,
and he was known, and that movie was obviously.
But he
hit.
blew up from that movie. Is that weird to you? That's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The movie was such a hit.
But that character, would you have how can you liken that to a movie now and that character and somebody being like crazy famous?
It just, I think it's all like tied in with
just a breakout role.
The whole story,
recognized.
So it's been a long time. I'd embarrass myself, but wasn't his like he goes back in time and he's his dad, right? Crispin is his dad.
Yeah.
Or is that, okay.
Yeah. You know what?
And then his mom's trying
to
hit on him in the high school.
You know what? Never mind.
Right? That's memorable.
Yeah, it is. He is. He's in it way more than I think.
So that I haven't seen that movie in probably decades, but that's
breakout performance, huge, in a huge movie.
Skip all that.
But remember Wild at Heart, the David Lynch film with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, and Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Laura Dern.
See, you always have to throw me the life preserver on the names.
I got you, man.
Ugh.
Amazing movie, incidentally, that you cannot find
She
anywhere.
was a wild rose in that movie.
That's an amazing, and I wanted to, because Crispin Glover got me thinking about all these other movies that I wanted to watch. So last night I did not watch Charlie's Angels, maybe, or Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
He's in that?
Oh, he's this crazy kooky character. I forget. He's called Thin Man, the Thin Man, and he's this weird kind of silent assassin. He's great. But I watched Willard last night.
Ooh.
Remember Willard?
Yeah.
It's a remake of
with
an
the
older,
rats,
with the
right?
Rats, yeah.
Is he the guy?
He's Willard.
That would be the guy.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, yeah.
He's the
guy that gets his arm chopped off.
But, a huge movie that he's in, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Yeah, he's in that. Remember, he does that weird dance with they meet twins.
I don't think I saw it.
Oh, I'm a dead dick. Oh, guy says. So he kind of
the same voice he uses.
It's like this guy, it's like Lane kind of grows up, bleaches his hair a little bit, goes to California for a bit, and then gets killed by Jason.
Would you liken his over-the-top performance to some Cage performances?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Okay.
That's
and
really,
I love the
that's
smile
fantastic.
on his face right now. I'm Nick.
Yeah, he is he's fucking crazy in this. This movie also stars Keanu Reeves as Matt. Again, I don't think we need to go into him.
I really
too much,
haven't heard of him much. Have you?
He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The love interest in this is an actress I absolutely adore, iconic from the 80s, Ione Skye, who stars Clarissa.
Yeah, and I purposely didn't do some deep dives in this because I like it when, you always have that, so I don't go too far. She did one other movie, I think, with, oh boy.
Say anything is what you're thinking.
The serial killer with Nick Cage in Alaska.
John Cusack.
That's
Thank the movie you go to?
No, that's what popped up on the phone
that's funny.
there.
Holy shit.
But I really don't recognize her.
She's in Say Anything with John Cusack. So iconic, like beyond iconic.
Is that one of those couples?
It's
Is it like the Notebook kind of
holding up that boombox, and that's why in your eyes?
Oh, I know that's from another movie.
She's in Wayne's World, 4 Rooms. She's in a movie that looks crazy called Went to Coney Island on a Mission from God, Be Back by 5.
Great title.
And it stars John Cryer.
So
Ione Skye, she's still
doing
doing
2.5
stuff.
Men, John Cryer.
Fever Pitch, but she is a favorite of ours. She's a favorite with my wife and I because she plays Mrs. Veal in Arrested Development, the TV show. So anyway, if you're a fan, but she is in Arrested Development. She's married to Alan Tudyk from Serenity, but she plays Mrs. Veal. So Ione Skye is very.
That is awesome. I need to watch that. So what really makes this cool, and why I don't like to, I like to hear it from you on certain, because I know you're going to do the deep dive on this stuff, is that in that documentary, Ione Skye was discovered. She wasn't an actress.
Yeah.
So Tim Hunter, the director, could not find Clarissa. He went through all these castings, and there was no Clarissa. And then one day he picks up a free copy of the LA Weekly, and there is a hippie fashion ad in there, and he sees her.
Yeah. Her older brother is an actor, and so a little family stuff. But yeah, I saw her in an interview, and she talked about this movie being really serendipitous and how, for her, it was, she was doing modeling, and that's how she got picked up.
They helped her with acting, and they just brought Keanu in and put them two together, and they said, this is going to work.
And she said, like off the bat on the set, Dennis Hopper and Crispin Glover were the biggest stars, like biggest stars.
Oh,
Keanu,
Hopper was,
and
this is his first movie. Keanu's first main role.
Is it officially?
Yeah, that's how the director put it.
And the director said, like, this is a movie star. Like, you saw him, and again, I think Keanu is really good in this. Not for Keanu, like the scene in the interrogation with the cop. Like, he's really good in
it. He's a natural in this for sure. And if I could just get the Bill and Ted out of my head, that character, you could take him a lot more seriously.
And next build is a unique one for me. Is Daniel Roebuck as Samson. And now, do you know him from anything?
I know that he has 251 credits, which made my head explode. That's
interesting answer to that question.
Yeah. No. But I read down the credits, so he's been he's been in one episode of every TV show ever made. kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. He was in The Dirty Dozen.
Yeah, I did see that
TV series. I didn't even know that was a TV series. So he is an interesting actor. I call him not Jay Leno, and I know him best from The Fugitive.
I did see that on the credits,
Hinky.
but I don't remember him.
Hinky. He's that guy. And from U.S. Marshals.
Don't use words around me that don't make any sense.
Don't use words that don't make any sense.
That's him.
Well, Hinky. Just Hinky. And he's this guy who pops up in stuff. He's in Money Talks with Charlie Sheen and Chris. No, it's not here. Not here. Chris Tucker. Sorry, Charlie Sheen and Chris Tucker. He's in Final Destination. We Were Soldiers. So he's been in, some stuff, and Rob Zombie likes him. He's in The Devil's Rejects. He's in Rob Zombie's Halloween.
And Halloween 2.
And he's really good at this.
Yeah.
And I don't know why maybe he didn't become more of a main, but maybe he's happy. Like you said, 251 credits. You might love this dude's acting career.
Yeah.
It's not hurting for money, I'm sure, and working.
Some of the best musicians out there are hired guns.
Yeah.
Think of it that way.
Yeah. He's got 16 things in production right now. 16.
Yeah.
In poster and in production. So he's just
probably 60 years old.
Yeah.
He's working his ass off. But in this movie, I completely believed he was a psychopath and was afraid of him.
Now, yes, and he was
without over the top, just his presence. You're like, this guy will just kill you and not think twice about it and go drink a beer.
Yeah, he had that weird kind of vicious innocence. There was some menace to him, but there was also this innocence, which, again, the script. So it was written by Neil Jimenez, which was his first film. Also, same year, Where the River Runs Black.
Wow. So this was his first script that got made.
Officially. I don't know.
Wow, that's exciting to know.
But two, I guess, he was thinking about rivers the first couple of years. Also wrote For the Boys with Bette Midler. And who else was in For the Boys? Was that Warren Beatty?
The Boys?
for the boys? Wasn't she like a USO singer type of thing?
At Company B?
Yeah, that kind of. I sound so
Yeah,
stupid
like
and ignorant
Claire,
right now.
like your portrait that Claire just Claire.
Yeah.
What Danes? Claire, not Claire Danes. Claire. Well, you were just telling me about it. Yeah, see, when she was doing that old timey that she was born for, and you don't like
Kate
Bradley
Blanchett.
Cooper. Yeah,
Kate Blanchett. Yeah.
So I didn't realize it was his first script that got made, but the impetus for the script, the idea came from this case on 11/3 of 1981 in Milpitas.
Milpitas.
Thank you. I'm from Detroit. I don't know California talk. Why I said that anyway. High school student Marcy Renee Conrad is raped and strangled to death. Her attacker is 16-year-old Anthony Jacques Broussard. He bragged and showed the body to at least 13 people. The crime went unreported for 2 days. So all that is the impetus. And then he took the newspaper articles and the Rolling Stones article on this murder and mixed in his own high school experiences and wrote this script. And I mean, he may have written other ones before this, but this is his first script that got made into a movie and made it into Sundance and got bought by Island Pictures Distribution.
Yeah, and it's
really cool.
It's directed by, as you mentioned, Tim Hunter, and his first movie was a 1982 movie called Tex with Matt Dillon. Do you remember that? I remember the cover box.
They referenced it as, him having credit.
I never saw that one. I remember that in the video store, that cover box.
Oh.
He was also what else? Painted Black. He directed a lot of TV. Sons of Anarchy, Nip Tuck, Mad Men, Twin Peaks. Why do I have Sylvester River's Edge? That's what tripped me up. I was just looking at my notes.
You mentioned 1982 was Tex, and 1982 is one of our favorite Stallone movies, Sylvester Stallone movies of all time.
Yeah.
Are you with me on that? 1982, Sylvester Stallone.
Was that First Blood?
Talk to me, Johnny.
That's First Blood.
Baker Company.
Baker Company. Baker
Ortega.
Company. What the hell? Sound off like you got a pair, Johnny. Can you imagine if you fucked with him like that?
Yeah. He's not going to break radio silence.
Yeah.
He might for you.
Come on, you pansy. What are you doing?
It's like leading the pigeons to the cat. Go, Colonel Troutman. We love you, you
Good
magnificent
supply
bastard.
of body bags. Oh, my God. That beautiful
An
overacting.
extra supply of body bags.
That
That's what they're going to need.
Overacting.
Colonel Troutman.
The tagline for the film.
Yes, do tell.
The most controversial film you will see this year.
That's what I read. And then I went, okay, I can't learn anything else about this movie. I have to go in clean. I don't want to.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to know anything. Are you?
Well,
are you
the thing
selfie?
about the budget is I found a budget of $1.7 million. And you saw in that documentary, the director was like, they tried to shop it to the major studios for $5 million, and he only got the indies to buy in because he's like, I'll do this for $1 million.
Right. And his movie credit tax, it was what got him that.
Yeah. And that's, that's fascinating to me because that's not a lot. The actors all got paid scale, including Dennis Hopper, I assume, which is really awesome. And he got it done, but he went $700,000 over budget.
Well, yeah, it's almost double. I mean, it's 70% over.
I listened to that, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
here we are then.
I guess, because I know you can't just do stuff, so you have to ask for more, and they must have believed in it, which I'm glad that they did. U.S. gross, $4.6 million. And that constitutes the worldwide gross, so I don't know if it showed worldwide. So it was a financial success.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a critical success, which is fairly interesting for one of my movies, I guess.
Yeah. So we mentioned Dennis Hopper just real quick. I saw a Letterman interview with him. So we're assuming that everyone out there knows Dennis Hopper and all his creds. But he's on Letterman, and Letterman's asking about him being sober, and this is after River's Edge was made, so it has to be 86, 87 range, I would think. Dennis Hopper said that he drank 28 beers, a half gallon of whiskey, and then he had a fifth of rum on the side as a backup daily. Then he would use 3 grams of Coke to sober up.
Yeah, you gotta balance that out.
How
you can't?
How does your 5 years?
You can't get to acting that wasted.
You can't. How do you? How does your body stay alive?
It's not.
I
mean, it's not recommended. Are you telling? Wait, are you saying we should do this? You're saying
no?
We should do
I
this.
couldn't.
All right,
I couldn't.
Everybody, wait. What was that? Let's go again. 28 beers.
This is daily. Half gallon of whiskey.
Right.
A fifth of rum on the side in case he needed more. He had that ready to go, right? Because you got that fear.
Yep.
Rum, yeah.
Piratey.
And then he said 3 grams of Coke to sober up.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, you're writing that down so some people take vitamins, and exercise.
Don't do that.
Oh.
Hopefully the horseplay came out of our mouths.
Yeah, but that
doing that for comedy purposes.
That was on a Letterman interview, and that's what Letterman said. It's amazing what the human body can withstand.
Here's the irony. He, in my opinion, gets out-psychoed in this movie, and he is not the craziest thing about it. That's a fucking crazy thing to say, but we're going to get there. It did win some awards. Winner Film Independent Spirit Awards, Best Feature and Best Screenplay, nominee for Best Director. Winner Best Screenplay at the Penn Center USA West Literary Awards. And winner Special Jury Recognition Dramatic at Sundance, and nominee for the Grand Jury Prize. Nominees for Best Young Actors in a Motion Picture for Ione Skye and Joshua John Miller at the 1988 Young Artists Awards. Joshua John Miller. Timmy?
Yeah.
I love this. I love that kid.
Yeah.
And he has a tie, I think, in another way to the podcast. And
No, I just had a question for you on Timmy that I was excited to ask, which is going to be the opening scene, so it'll just be in a few minutes. Also, the movie was shot in the foothills of Tujunga, California. Did I say that one right?
Yeah. I mean, just the way looking at you saying it was more satisfying than anything.
Yeah,
because
why am I afraid?
Felt primal
I'm
about
afraid
it. Like,
Tujunga,
yeah,
California. River Rock houses. That's what that stuff was made out of, and that town, that little community, was built as a tuberculosis cure community, and now it's smog ridden. At least in '86 is what he said.
Yeah, that's irony for you right there.
Yeah,
it's terrible. Can't cure TB and smog.
Well, right.
It's the worst kind of atmosphere for it.
Before cars.
The opening of this film, again, being young and looking at it, I try to look at these for the podcast at least as the first time.
Yeah,
I couldn't. I honestly I just couldn't because of the music and kind of that way. Well, but the opening, I don't think I ever paid attention to.
You were probably 10, 12-ish, so you didn't see this till later, right?
Teens, 13, 14, maybe.
Okay, so a few years after it came out.
On video.
Yeah. Okay.
And it really resonated with me, and that it was a movie then that became kind of like your gauge of friends, like, hey, you seen River's Edge, man? And if they say, oh, yeah, I saw it, it was so bad, you're like, fuck you.
How about from 1982, seen the new Playboy? Bo Derek. You know what that's from?
I don't. Shame me.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
See, that's a movie I've only seen a handful of times.
Oh, see, it's
come up on this podcast before.
Yeah, that's my go-to. The 80s is my jam. There's a few movies that I can not see in a decade and still wake up in the middle of the night and recite at will.
But this opening, this black and white, and the music of this is amazing.
Yeah, the grainy river.
And the music was done by Jürgen Knieper.
Yeah. It is so cool. It's like a classical guitar sounding, but it's got, like a fast tempo, quick vibe to it. It's really, I wrote that down. The music is cool.
It music does play a pretty, I think, pivotal part of the film, as both a confusing thing and an exciting thing. But Jürgen Knieper, by the way, did the score for Wings of Desire.
No.
So here we are, tying into ourselves accidentally.
Oh
again.
my God! But that is
Yeah.
so. That is, I'm speechless because that movie was so obscure.
I know.
And that was your
know.
only blind date in 32 episodes. The only blind date because I haven't went on one yet. I'm afraid I don't like blind dates.
Uh-huh.
Brian's not. He dove right in.
Yeah.
And it was early on. What episode was that, Ryan?
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah.
10, 11 something.
Keep
I don't know.
going,
It sounds like an even
because
number
I'm
for
pulling
me.
out my notes right here.
But so the music is stunning, and the transference, how the movie, the intro transfers from black and white to color, and then it the music cascades into the sound of the river.
Yep. Episode 10, Wings of Desire. Thank you.
Got a lucky guess in there.
Yeah, you felt it.
And it cuts to Tim, or who we know as Tim, so a boy sitting on an overpass.
Yeah. So when I first saw him, I was like, is that a boy or a girl? Because the earring, the long dangling earring and the haircut, the kind of Joan Jett haircut.
Ooh.
And he's so young, he's only 12 years old, at least portrayed in
There
this
was
movie.
a certain unique level of androgyny in some movies of that time, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I guess I could see that.
And it was just a close-up side view
Yeah.
of his face, and I
He's a
wasn't
unique-looking
sure if
kid.
it was a boy or a
And
girl.
He is the younger brother, because I have a theory about that. This character, Timmy, he is taken away from this family, and he's sold Jesus. He's given, he's adopted, he's handed off, he's pitched.
I just watched Taken last night. Oh my
boy.
God.
So this kid's
His
chucked on
daughter's
over.
sold.
This gets chucked over to another family. In this family, he has a new older sibling, and it's a girl, and she's a witch. Because this kid is the younger brother in Teen Witch, and is just a stunner. In
For
that
real?
movie. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you remember it at all? No.
I've never watched Teen Witch.
And that's thanks to another podcast, a bad movie podcast that I've watched. Teen
Can you
Witch
plug
recently.
them? Can you say that? Or are you
How did
afraid
this get made?
they
How did this get made? How
don't
did this get
dance
made?
around it, Ryan? Come on.
You never know.
Colonel Troutman's coming out.
That's right, Johnny.
Talk to me, Johnny.
And
Sound off, Baker team.
sound off. You've got a pair. But this kid is so good in that, and he's phenomenal in this. Again,
Yeah.
independent film.
He
with,
scares me too. He's like a future.
yeah.
He's a
You're
psychopath.
gonna die.
Yeah.
You're gonna die for this, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now he doesn't just say it. He goes
Yeah.
and gets the utensils he needs.
So he's dropping a doll in this dirty, dirty river, and you noticed, right off the bat, his wardrobe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and the river got two dirties. And the shot we're seeing from the bridge is severe flooding with this river. You can see the banks are overrun, and
Yeah.
I don't know what river it was. I do know a river ran through it, but I don't know which river in California that is.
River runs through it. Wasn't that in Montana?
Yeah, that was how my dad humor comes out, and
Yeah.
there it is. That was bad.
Uh-oh.
It's bad when, I get crickets from
It's
you
okay.
even.
It's all right.
I'm,
We can add it in
my
post.
self-esteem's
We'll add it
gone,
in
Ryan.
post.
I'm fucking I'm done. I'm out.
Well, he now this is something that's bizarre to me, and this may be, you being, I think maybe, well, you're a child of the '80s.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm closer to Tim's situation. You're maybe a little closer to.
I am born the same year as Keanu.
Okay.
It's all out there now, people.
So
episode 1 was a complete fallacy.
So he's sitting, the kid's sitting on an overpass. We find out later he's kind of latchkey. This kid does whatever he wants. And I still think this movie eventually leads to him being some kind of gangster or an assassin or something, because this kid turns cold real fast.
He's going to be in juvie.
He grows up fast.
Within a year.
And he hears a howl, like this, oh, like the howling of a person. And he looks over a good distance away, but sees a what looks like a dead body and a boy howling over it.
So I didn't see it the first time. Going in cold, not knowing what to expect or anything. I saw Samson over there howling away, John Samson, and I did not. I mean, I guess in my peripheral, I saw there was a white thing on the ground, but I did not see that it was a body or pick up on it. And then, of course, once you know it's there, you can't not see it.
And that's almost part of the comedy of it. It becomes like a fixture.
Yeah.
Like going to take somebody to see that nudie magazine that's in the fucking bushes and in the woods in the back or whatever.
But what's fucking nuts is that actually happened.
Yeah.
It became like a parade,
And they go to her and there's pretty graphic nudity. It's it's a full frontal nudity situation, but the close-ups to the face of this body, they keep going, going back to pretty haunting. So,
the makeup, it was incredible.
It cut to this close-up of her hand, with her right hand, and she's got this one long thumbnail. Did that stick out to you at all? I couldn't.
Yeah, I kept waiting for a payoff on that. So she had one long thumbnail, and all the other nails were short, and it was like yellowish, and So I thought it's going to be an evidence
she
thing.
Had, there you go.
And then when she was fighting, all the other nails broke off except for the one
They're
thumbnail.
like stuck in his neck right now.
And then they were going to have the skin tissue under the thumbnail.
Shrapnel.
The shrapnel. But he
was tried to make it smart right there, and I just fucked you up. Right,
Yeah.
I am sorry.
I'm plowing through. I'm just, I'm like,
ooh, no Vaseline.
No.
So we see our, I would call this more of an ensemble movie. You could argue who's the movie about. Maybe not about
I
one
agree.
person. And is there a protagonist? Is there an antagonist?
Right. No. I mean, if you give it to one guy, it's Crispin. He
as what?
The movie, he's got the most screen time. He's the most outrageous. He's the one driving the movie forward, trying
and it's
to
interesting.
save
and
it.
Keanu
is kind of a side character, really.
Yeah,
for me at least in this.
And we see this this pretty giant 36-year-old high school student, and he's got a backwards Iron Maiden shirt, and you get a good portrait, right? The stereotypical stoner metal kid.
He's 30.
He looks 30. This is another movie, everybody, where everyone looks 95 years old and they're all in high school.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it goes.
Grease.
But he's in his car, and this is the first instance of Slayer. So again, us as little headbangers, we're like, yeah, it's just like seeing Cannibal Corpse and Ace Ventura. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. But I love the scene in the gas station where he goes into a gas station.
Yeah.
And this was a thing in Chicago where you could go get one beer out of what maybe was a 6-pack.
Yeah, you just break it loose. Singles did. I thought of that too, because singles didn't exist then.
Yeah, so
it didn't come out for a while. Just like 911 didn't exist in this town in California at that particular time. It took a while.
Did we ever get to the bottom of that?
Yeah, I looked it up. So when we get to the girls at the phone, which is not far away.
Yeah, and so he takes one beer out of the 6-pack.
Yeah, ruining it.
And he just wants to. It's one Bud Light. And the gas station attendant, do you know this actor, Taylor Negron?
The comedian.
The comedian?
He looked like he...
The gas station attendant? Dick. Like the way he hits that K. Dick.
Isn't he a stand-up?
I
thought he was.
He might.
He looked familiar to me.
He's a character actor. He's
okay, then I've seen him in other movies. That I thought he was like a stand-up comedian or something. But
I mean,
he looked like he belonged in Fast Times. Like he was.
Exactly. I get him confused with that guy all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But Taylor Negron, he's the Last Boy Scout. He's in the Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis. He's awesome. I like great character actor. But they get in a fight over like paying for this one beer.
Yeah.
And Timmy,
he points to the sign that says you got to be, you got to have ID. You got to be.
I was here before, and our Samson, we don't know his name, but this character gets all aggravated, and he leaves. They get in this like shouting match. Dick.
Yeah.
And I love this gas station attendant who can just like tell you to eat shit.
Yeah.
Just fuck you.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't have to care.
Nope.
Don't worry about his job. Nobody's reporting that.
It was a different time, especially when we get to the teacher. Oh my God.
Oh, this guy. Oh my God.
Oh my God. But meanwhile, this argument's going on. Our little delinquent over there goes back and steals 2 beers. He's trying to be a high schooler, you know, at 12 years old.
Constantly.
He's trying to fit in with the guys.
Just little tippy toes in a way, like metaphorically speaking. Just
yeah,
wanting to be a part of the gang.
He's doing the shit. You know, he just stole 2 beers and put them in the car.
I feel like we watched that boy just grow up in front of our very eyes. An hour and 36-minute long movie.
Wait.
So I didn't get to that in the top. See how I put it back in. But they have this fight, and you don't know if he's a killer. He may just be a dead body finder. Now I think about that, it's never really shown that he's killed her until he admits it.
Right.
So blankly and without any excitement admits
right.
and then he kills her.
Oh, and likes to sit by them and howl at the moon.
Yeah, I guess.
Alongside the river.
And so Tim goes up to the car and he just lovingly put 2 beers on the seat.
He's trying to impress him so he can hang out with him.
Just pops one open, just drinking and driving, no problemo back in the days. Huh?
It was not. It happened.
You delinquent, you. Look at you.
We've talked whenever we've had 80s movies before, and we've discussed this about. Remember the time I got the cop took my beers and made me empty the one out and drove off with him?
Yep.
You remember that story? So
yes.
That was in the 80s.
And the kid goes, "You got any dope?" Maybe not like that, but you got any dope in his little, and the guy, yep, get in.
Yeah, you got him 2 beers,
and this is when we hear about feck.
Going to feck.
What do you know about feck?
We haven't even met Crispin yet.
Oh man, I love how the kid's in the passenger seat of a stranger's car, or maybe does he recognize him from school?
No,
his friends circle.
He clearly
so they know
knew
each other.
John.
Okay,
yeah, just by the way they were.
And he
acting.
finds a pair of underwear
on the seat, which are hers, the murdered victims.
You assume, right?
Because he carried the clothes away.
Yeah,
in the opening scene.
He's the kid's looking at and begging for this guy to acknowledge this, and he doesn't. And that's just the theme of this apathy that everybody has about this thing.
Yeah,
it's so compelling.
And he's the 12-year-old's holding these dirty set of underwear, and he's like radical. And
then he says the most 80s thing possible, radical. And this is where the music it volleyed between the X-Files and Hitchcock to me.
Oh wow.
And it messed with my head a little bit because the comedy comes through immediately as you hear Crispin Glover. I don't care if you see him.
There's no
immediately
dark comedy until we get Crispin Glover is the dark comedy. He is the only one really that is playing it, but it's a choice. He's just so over the top. My God. Melva. Right?
You're thinking about
I'm thinking about our guy.
Kiss?
So Vampire's Kiss. Is that an independent? God, I hope so.
No, I don't think.
Oh, can we pretend it is?
There are plenty of Nick Cage movies we can do.
But I love that one.
That's a good one. And they get to this house, which is Feck's, and they, through the window you see a dummy, and they set up this kind of, crazy world, and it goes back to Keanu's house, and I like the idea that there are different families in this movie. Albeit being broken, but towards the end, you end up with couples, which is unique to me. But Keanu's got this stereotypical shit broken household.
And it is a shit broken household.
It's pretty rough, right?
Oh, it's bad. I got in big notes, super dysfunctional household. And then the mom literally screams up the stairs at the stepdad, "Stick your head up your ass if you want quiet time."
So you got Jim.
I'm trying to sleep.
The stepdad upstairs, and this guy, played by, I think, excuse me, fairly, I think he's only a D-bag in most movies. He's in Halloween 2, the sequel to John Carpenter's.
Who did we just say was in Halloween 2, for Christ's sake?
Well, no. Well, yeah, the guy who plays Samson in this is in
John, the guy who's
but the
at the
original,
door.
like the original Halloween 2. After John
Jamie
Carpenter's
Lee.
second one, yeah.
Jamie Lee, 70s.
Oh, he plays a douchebag in that. So he's that guy, but this house is terrible. And it, there's the little sister
Crying her eyes
there's
out.
Tim, and then Keanu, and she's crying because the doll's missing, and this kid's like, I drowned it, I killed it.
Yeah, he is like that kid from the Rob Zombie Halloween 2.
Yeah, I mean he definitely has that, little psychopath piece. And Jim's trying to sleep, and this is when we have the beautiful utterance of Lane outside, Matt,
laying on the horn.
It's so good.
He's just screaming.
I want to do it now, and I'd blow out my voice. But his Matt, and again, he does that kind of affectation in other movies, but this is to the max. Like he's doing an 80s.
Yeah.
Like the director said, he came to the audition with the wig and the black hat, and he was doing a thing. And it's hilarious.
And he worked at it for 2 weeks before he came in to audition.
But also very touching. He's the main motivation of this is he is the only one with a purpose or ambition or in a way.
I had the very first time through, I had a little bit of a difficult time with the so over the top. It was just, it was confusing to me, because it was like this serious murder movie.
Yeah.
And then he was just so, fake's not the right word, but he used heightened, or he used a term for his
heightened
acting.
heightened reality, and he just keeps on and keeps on to a fever pitch.
It's consistent. He never changes.
It doesn't get like crazy annoying, but he does get more and more irritable and more outlandish and says just wacky shit.
Well, it was a lot easier the second and third time through too, because you knew his character at that point.
And the kid's talking about Fack. You going to see Fack, and he's like, "What do you know about Fack?" And it's that I think you need that kind of comedy in this because it starts again pretty dark.
Yeah. Well, it's understated just by his heightened acting. He's not like he's playing the role, but he's playing the role like Nick Cage out of control.
He's a believable character. He's an archetype. In a way, they're all burnouts. They're all stoners.
The burnouts,
they all
exactly. The burnout group in high school. It's exactly what they were. But the girls were more straightforward. But they liked the bad boys.
The sweater that the friend was wearing, that like 3 mile long sweater. I mean, it's just huge.
Yeah, you liked that?
No, that was gross. It's terrible. She looked insane. That sweater was the biggest thing I've ever seen. And so. There's this whole, did you get a Stand By Me vibe? Because there's the whole like,
going to look for a dead body. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I got another vibe when.
So that's what's happening. There's this whole like, we're going to go see a dead body. And they're in, Lane seems to be the one with the car. He's got this, what'd you think of that VW Beetle?
That was insane.
Homage to Stephen King.
He doesn't have a job because he says it in the thing, but he's got this souped out Beetle that.
Yeah. It's a pretty fun car.
How is it an homage to King?
Oh, Stephen King always uses Volkswagens. In his books and movies. Oh. I think that's the thing.
I always liken him to Ted Bundy.
And that's out of love and respect to my beautiful wife because she loves Stephen King, and I know that is a true thing, so I hope it's right.
Yeah.
That they're always in his movies. In The Shining, for sure. I think we talked about that last time. But Feck is a thing, and they're in the car. They're going to... they're going to see the dead body, and this is when the kind of male-female dynamic starts to play because Lane's talking about hands-off Clarissa, dude. But he seems very, nonchalant with this is Ione Skye's character. They never seem to be a couple. I think they are.
Yeah.
But, so they're having normal stuff. It's relatable. Like there's boyfriend-girlfriend stuff, but there's just this one thing, and it's, hey, there's a dead body.
Yep. They ended up going to Feck's place. Did they see the dead body first? Because They show you a dead body.
No,
and then
I think
Feck playing a
no,
saxophone.
they go to Feck's place first, and he's playing his saxophone like Ferris Bueller. Never took one lesson.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It's whack.
Yeah. And it's revealed that Feck only has one leg. And yeah, they go to they're knocking on the door, and Feck comes to the door, and he keeps on, anytime somebody disrupts him, the check's in the mail.
Yeah, that's his answer when somebody
The check
calls
is in the mail.
him or rings the doorbell.
Yeah, and he comes to the door, puts a gun to Lane's face, and Fane's like, "Oh man, want to lower that barrel or something?"
I wrote one leg, 357, check in the mail.
Yeah, check in the mail.
And then he says,
"I killed.
You
want
to come in and see Ellie?"
Oh, we find out later is the blow up doll.
Where he sees her sitting in the corner. Yeah. So
yeah, and he says I killed somebody once, and Lane keeps on saying, "Oh, you keep reminding us, and women are evil. You had to kill her, man." And he's just there to get a couple of joints.
yeah, he says, how much do you want? Because he knows.
Yeah,
he knows
so
what he's
why.
there
so
for.
So he's the local. Did you have a guy like that in your neighborhood growing up? The local creepy guy.
There were go-tos, yeah. And then now you find out, you watch all these true crime shows and you realize what those guys are about, giving out the free weed to the high school people so that they can take advantage.
Well, when they get to the high school shot, because they have to have token establishing, it's a high school. So
it looked like a giant mansion.
Yeah, and maybe
like
that was
stone,
a budget thing because you
stone
never really.
Mansion. Yeah, it was crazy.
Good point, man. They don't really show, but people are posted up ostensibly like where they're sitting. This person's on the stairs. This person's here, and Crispin Glover is sitting, and Ione Skye, ostensibly his girlfriend, is standing, and he has got his arm wrapped around her thigh, just like mid. And it was so 80s to me, just like to be posted up like that, and then they just like. You can snap a picture and they're just like, huh.
I didn't even pick up on that.
And it just seems like maybe that was done intentionally or to be like so stylized.
Yeah, because she mentions later on.
Have you ever been sitting next to somebody and just wrap that arm around their thigh? Your best girl ever?
Because she's sitting up higher than him, right? So her legs are kind of dangling there.
No, she's standing. She's leaning back.
And he just grabs around the leg?
It's just hanging. Yeah.
I'm sure I did that in the 80s at one point.
All right.
I'm sure I did. I feel quite confident in that.
And this is when the movie kind of gets bonkers when, where's Jamie? Somebody says, where's Jamie? And Samson says, I killed her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you notice that, well, when we get there, but once they go to the body, Crispin's acting is going to change.
They go to the body, and, you see
and he just takes the two of them, the two guys. The first time.
Matt,
it's Keanu,
Keanu
and we keep calling him Crispin, but Lane with a Y.
Yeah, and I think as they're approaching it, as might you or I maybe think.
Well, you think he's full of shit. Yeah, and he picks up a stick and pokes her, and then that's really obviously a.
Would you know? I don't know if I'd know.
Yeah,
definitively. When
they showed that stick touching her, I'm like, that's a
really
human.
Good dummy.
Well, I'm gonna
perfect amount of sand. Or
I have a picture for you coming up.
I don't want to see a real dead body.
When we get it, you're gonna see. I have a picture for you of fake and real.
You think Crispin Glover, his character changes at that moment because
first his reaction is tremendous. You have to see this when he pokes her with the stick. His internalized freak out, his acting, that scene blew my mind.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
And he's, the
look on his face.
You crazy motherfucker. He keeps calling. And when he says, why'd you do it?
Yeah.
This guy goes,
she's talking shit.
Holy Christ.
Yeah. Plain, straight face, doesn't give a fuck.
And they say it a few times within, how long a span do you think this movie is?
It's an hour and 39 minutes.
No, like 3 days.
I think that was that clinical enough for you?
Yeah. What's a dick fur?
I'm on point.
Yeah, to pee with? Okay, I'll pee with my dick fur.
You want me to cover for you? All right, lay down some cover fire. The movie is an hour and 39 minutes. If you take into consideration the music during the credits, we can stretch this out.
But again, his complete, one, it's creepy enough that he seems not to be remorseful for it, but
I think they played it over the 2 days, like
yeah,
in
like
the real
there's
event.
There's no. He's just completely apathetic towards this, which makes it sometimes funny in a way, and I don't know if that was meant for some of the humor as well.
For John,
But
John terrified me.
It was also again very scary.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at a
Yeah.
real psychopath. I mean, he did that really well.
And they go back in the car, and another, I think, amazing. Crispin Glover has a couple of, I think, doozy monologues or mini monologues. But when he's in the car and he's talking about this is like a movie, man. We got to do something.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think Samson had a plan. I think he was just going to let that ride.
No, he had no. He didn't care.
Because later
he just said they're going to fry me.
At one point, they all go back to see it. And Crispin Glover's like, we got to do something.
Yeah, that's they take the whole gang
and
back.
He says, she's heavy. Leave it.
Yeah.
And he just walks away. So, like, he has no intention of doing anything. But you see Crispin Glover's character, and I think that's a part of the acting, where he has found a purpose.
Yeah. And
he's so fucking bored. He has a purpose.
He was happy-go-lucky up until that point. And then after that, he was
like manic, though, in a way.
But he was smiling
like,
and this.
Imagine that guy as a friend.
After
he must be interminable. But he seems like the gang leader.
Oh yeah, he definitely took the lead. They even acknowledged that we always do what Lane says.
Oh my God! And so they go back to school again to establish that they're in school, and this is where we meet the only teacher I think we meet.
Yeah,
but it's Clarissa's class, and she's the only one. So are we assuming like everybody else skipping school? They're not going to class, but Clarissa's in class with her friend.
Well, she makes it a point that she can't be late for this because she's got a little bit of a crush on this teacher. Yeah. And
so he has this pretty great speech,
the
trying to identify with
the grown-up hippie
kids.
speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all like to knock a few pigs on their asses, and he's doing that, talking at their level, and it's delivered,
So what would happen if your wife's a teacher? What would happen if a teacher said that in class today?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
I would think the police would be called. They would be.
Well, what maybe happened is what happens because he does this whole thing, and they all miss it, and he literally goes, "You missed my point." And it's a throwaway line, but it's a pretty good scene. And that actor, I think, does a really good job.
Well, because they went with the violence part of the message.
And so now it's just like around school. Like, you want to see the dead girl? And we're going to the dead girl. And even the two ladies, Clarissa and her friend, are, oh yeah, we're gonna go after school. Like, they're literally saying, oh yeah, we're going to see.
Well, they don't believe him.
School.
They think he's full of shit.
And then a more disturbing thing.
Why would you believe him?
One of them says, "Oh, he's probably just taking you there to attack you, to rape you," and they giggle about it.
Yeah,
and then
the
scene cuts. And so again, I have a theory that 80s movies had a tougher time for whatever reason finding the balance between comedy and drama or horror, because maybe the performances were too good.
Yeah.
Because later in the movie, this teacher does a fucking epic freak out, and it's phenomenal. And I think it's supposed to be funny, but it's not, because this guy just does a great job.
Well, I'll tell you, it's hard for us to go back into that time, us that can. I mean, I remember junior high was up through 9th grade, and I remember all the male teachers had paddles. If you talked up or whatever, they took you out in the hall, and you got hit with these, as hard as they could swing it, these giant wood paddles, and it became like a badge of honor afterwards. Like, did you cry or this or that? I mean, it was so different compared. It's hard to look back through that lens, of today.
Well, and I love, the all right, let's go see a dead girl, and the kids are Tim.
The whole
his
gang
friend.
Goes.
Hey,
they get the truck.
Let's see a dead girl
from
and Tony. The one guy's like,
fast
"What do you
food
know
guy."
about a dead girl?" Yeah. So who was Mike? Was he Crispin Glover's older brother? Because they go to a fast food place.
He's just another friend, another member of the gang.
I felt like maybe he was somebody's older brother.
No, they never acknowledge him as being a brother of anyone.
So this other dude just abandons his job, and takes them all. And, it's really, funny. They leave her. She's too heavy. And they leave. And I love...
So, I'm sorry. Before we go, they did a lot of close-ups on the dead body and the whole gang's reaction to it, which I thought was phenomenal. But the way they made... so the girl that played Jamie, is Danny Dietz. And she is a music video producer of huge success in later years. I mean, I just wrote down a few: J-Lo, Shania Twain, Kelly Clarkson, Sting,
No shit.
Backstreet Boys, Bryan Adams, Selena Gomez.
So she's to blame?
She is.
Do you have an email address on her?
Backstreet's back. All right.
You got anything? Got something for
Yeah,
me?
we're going to email her and ask her to listen to our podcast because we're
She's
talking
not
about
going
her.
to now.
So be gentle. Don't go gentle into that. Good night.
What I love about these movies also, and this is kind of uniquely 80s, or maybe there's some in 90s, or if there's anything now, is the the insults back and forth.
Yeah.
Because they go and they show the kid shooting the fish in a barrel, and the one kid's like, "Hey, stub dick," and the guy's like,
That was
"Suck
Crispin.
me."
Yeah.
And one guy calls him a fuckhead pot brain. And I like that. That seemed like an 80s thing to just call names,
Yeah.
name calling.
That was little brother calling Keanu Reeves that. But so just to finish off she did not breathe. She did not move a muscle. She's covered in makeup to look dead, Jamie, when she's laying there. And I thought that was so impressive because especially in that first scene, it was so cold out there. You could see his breath when he was howling. I mean, it looked like it was like 40 degrees. And this is one of her only movie credits. But as far as playing a dead person,
she should have played the lead in the first movie we ever did for this podcast.
The lead, take it away from Ella or Dreads?
No, still.
No, Ella or Dreads. Who would she be playing?
I was just making a bad joke. You dadded joked.
She was very still.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
Ha
Woohoo!
I can do it too.
You did it. You might have won up me on that
I'm
one.
serious, Tim. That was one that we co-opted in high school. Like, I'm surprised I've never said it around you, but I'm serious, Tim. Like, that's just something, and especially when I was in a band with somebody named Tim.
Yeah.
That's just something we would say. Like, that's from this movie.
I'm really surprised they never said dude in the whole movie. That was not part of the language.
In a way.
Well, yeah, it wasn't in the script, clearly.
So, like you said, Fast Times probably just co-opted that whole thing, and anybody who did dude too much is like, dude, Fast Times rip
That
off.
was my skull.
But I love the I don't know who asked the kids, why are you two kids such delinquents? And I think it's Tim who says maybe it's because of our fucked up childhoods. And it's just so on the nose. It's rarely ever said maybe in movies that plainly.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we are delinquents because of look at fucking around you. Look at this movie. This is why I'm
even the
drowning Missy the doll.
The little 8-year-old crying her eyes out, I don't have a daddy, says in that one scene.
Yeah, and the kid with the nunchucks. Tim's friend, I just called him Nunchuck.
M-O-K-O is what it said on the credits.
I was calling him Nunchuck.
Or CC. Nunchuck boy.
And again, Matt's home life is the worst. The mom says about Jim, like, he pays rent here, so he deserves his comfort, and it's awful. And you feel for the little girl more than anything. I mean, this poor kid, like Keanu has this, we should say he's the best friend of Lane. He's Lane's best friend, and they're like bosom buddies.
And Keanu is showing he has a conscience without saying it. Like, he doesn't go back the second time. He says, no, I'm out. And then there's another time that he hides.
Yep.
He does not want to go back and see the dead body, and he's very conflicted, you can see, about, quote, narking.
But he's really sweet.
But the girls, who usually are more mature, they go to the payphone.
Yeah.
The two...
They're going to report it.
And they try to call.
Well,
and this is where I did the 911 thing. So
they wanted to call the operator to find out the number for 911.
She's like, who do I call? No, you call. And they're in, the wonderful payphones from back then in a park.
Yeah.
And so there's no 911, but 911 was actually developed. The first 911 call was in the South in 1968. But I remember in the 80s, it wasn't, I don't remember 911 until that show came out. There was a 911 show. Wasn't that with Shatner?
Oh.
I think it was, but that's when I really,
Oh, God.
that was when 911 came onto my radar, and, then
That's
I
crazy.
raised our
Well,
kids teaching them 911, but
Yeah.
I never had it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I remember. Wasn't that the name of the show? Or
It might have been. It's like a little synapse is
deep
firing, but not a big
cobwebs
one.
are trying to become
Right.
unburied right now. and
Well,
they're not.
Keanu and his protection of his little sister is it's really sweet. He attends the burial for the doll, which Timmy later
That's
desecrates.
what big brothers do. They
And,
protect their little sisters.
And this is a funny scene when Lane comes to the door and Keanu's like, I'm not here.
Yeah.
He's kind of brooding. And this is, I think, to your point, when she comes to the door and she's like, Lane's not here. I know I need to use your phone. And he asks where everybody's at. And she goes, Mommy's at work. Jim's at a bar. I don't have a daddy.
Yeah. Perfect. That short, crisp,
Again,
sentence,
unsung hero of the movie.
perfect
She was
dysfunctional.
so great.
Right, but perfect definition of the dysfunctional
Yeah.
family. Jim's at a bar. I don't have a daddy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And she delivers. I mean, I laughed out loud. I mean, it was sad, obviously. The
It's
message,
sad, but yeah, it's so
holy
sad.
shit.
It's funny.
And again, we do another juxtaposition. So you're kind of seeing into people's home lives when you go to Samson's house and you see him bringing an older woman food, and he can't come out because he's going to read her Dr. Seuss later.
Anto.
Yeah.
Anto.
So did you subtitles? Because I subtitle
Yeah,
always.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
Anto. That was fun.
Green eggs and ham.
I can't go out. I'm reading Anto
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss later.
So this is what's important to him. Not that he just strangled his girlfriend to death and left her laying by the river.
Yeah.
What's important to him is that he reads to Anto before, she goes to sleep, and his commitment to her, because his mother died. He does state that the girl was talking shit about his mom, and that's why he strangled her.
Like he's real sensitive about his dead mom.
Yeah, one of the other guys bring that
Again,
up.
like lines that end up kind of sounding funny. And what I really like about the some of the production and set design, like 80s movies tend to be real vibrant, and this is kind of dark, right? Like the tone, like obviously the tone of it, but it's all very dark. That river's dirty, everything's kind of. I don't think there's a sunny day.
It's supposed to be bleak, that's for sure.
And they go to Lane and Samson because Lane, decides he's going to take care of business for everybody.
Yeah.
And he hides the body in his own way, I guess.
Yeah, that's the phone call he makes, right? When he gets in the house, when he finds out mom and dad aren't home from the little girl, he uses their phone, because, of course, there's no cell phone. Everything's landline, and calls them up, and he doesn't care. He doesn't want to do anything with the body, and he's like, I guess I'll just have to do it all by myself. That was terrible. Can you do it? Can you
Nope.
bail me on that
No
one?
better than that. No way, man.
That was awful.
He again, the mania, but he has a purpose, and he's fine doing it, and he rolls her down. What is he doesn't he just roll her down an embankment?
And I went back and forth because I watched the movie 3 times, right? And each time I was like, okay, was that really her? Was that Danny playing Danny Dietz, or was that a mannequin?
Right.
And then one time I was like, yes. And then I watched it again. I'm like, no, she's too stiff. It couldn't have been her. And then the next time I'm like, no, maybe it was her. So I really don't know. I'm really curious if that was actually her that rolled down the hill.
And the scene in the car with Lane and Samson, I really like this particular.
I'm sorry, but I thought you were gonna hit right there. Like, Danny, why don't you email us at alittleindependentpodcast at gmail.com. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Oh,
you did
first
get
time,
it right.
First time for everything, because I almost forgot the Gmail part.
That's all right.
Danny Dietz, the producer of the Backstreet Boys video, send us an email if that was really you that rolled down the hill, please.
Send us an apology first, and then send us an email.
No, I love Shania Twain was my girl back in the day. Holy crap. Whew.
There's not even a lewd joke to make about that anymore. It's not even fun. But the two of them are in the car, and Lane said he was going to do all this for a $6. Like, I'll do it for a sixer.
Ryan, you're getting your phone out. Tell me this isn't your clip.
Yeah,
there's no way I did it 2 weeks in a row. He's reading down the seat. So there's the get a sixer line. See it?
Jesus Christ.
And then I say in the car, and I highlighted the word clip. Is this the clip?
Yeah.
Fuck. Woo!
100%.
2 weeks in a row. I went. So this is episode. I went 31 episodes before I hit the first one, and then now I got 2 in a row.
I don't feel good.
Are you really? Oh, I won't believe it till I hear it.
I'm alone. Like my family's not around now. Have you been watching? Lurking?
I am spying on you when you watch your movie. I must be like with a telescope.
A turn.
I'm probably never going to hit it again.
Well, now I'm going to try harder.
They're in the car and he's saying that line. I'm like, oh, fucking Ryan would love this. So I just highlighted it and went with it. Because there's several more I would have went with, but I just went with the first one.
I could have just put a super clip together of him going, Matt, or God damn it. God damn it. I mean, I'm going to say God damn it like that in my daily life from this point forward. Anyway, so they're in the car and Lane is getting his prize beer. And I love the kind of little heart and humanity here.
Think I'd at least rate a Michelob.
Don't be an ingrate.
You're calling me an ingrate?
I never asked you to do it, man.
Friend doesn't have to ask friend. Do something like that. It's warm even. You don't even care, do you?
I ain't drinking it.
About yourself, you dumb fuck. How do you expect other people to care about you? It's people like you that are sending this country down the tubes. No sense of pride, no sense of loyalty, no sense of nothing, man. Why do you think there's so many fucking welfare cases in this country? Why do you think it is that Russia's gearing up to kick our asses, man?
Drink your beer, Lane.
No, I won't drink my fucking beer. I'm talking here. These things are important to me. And believe it or not, you're important to me.
Look at that.
Son of a bitch, duck down.
Hope they don't upset Anto.
Duck down, goddammit. You want to get caught?
Oh my God, that's exactly the clip I highlighted. Holy shit.
God damn it. You want to get caught?
When he said the welfare and the Russians, I think I literally wrote clip in my notes and highlighted it.
Because I have a problem with welfare and Russians.
Right, the Russians, right?
knows?
What's going on right now? No, but just the way he delivered that, I could see you smiling away in recording that.
It's such what got me is, I care about you and I care about these things. I wanted to be heard. I'm not going to drink my beer. No, this is important to me, and you're important to me, and that's just a nice fucking thing to say to somebody, who clearly is, in a fugue state at this point in time about a murder that they just legitimately committed.
Right, and Michelob, I remember.
It's warm even.
No, but
oh my God.
This is. I mean, me and the writer must be the same age because Michelob to me was like the beer back then. Like you had your Bud and you had your Miller, but if you got Michelob, you were stepping up your game. And when he said that, I was like, oh my God, that was like that rang completely true. Like Michelob was like, you were getting the shit. Then. Yeah, you were in the upper tier.
Good. That's fun.
Yeah, no, that rang that was true.
So we find out that Matt, he confesses the existence of the crime to the police, leads them there, which how many days after? You said it may have followed the original crime, so this would be 2 full days.
It would be 2 days, yeah,
which
the crime went unreported for 2 days.
So 2 days, and he leads them to the police, leads the police to the area where the body's supposed to be, but it's not there.
It's gone. And those cops, oh my God, they were just so hard on him.
So that interrogation scene is great, and I hope you do watch the movie because this Keanu is really fantastic in this. But that actor, that guy,
Yeah.
that's the dude. I'll always just remember him. Great character actor. I forget his name. From Die Hard 2. He's the guy in the sub-basements. There's your skywalk. Yeah, Avenue D's over here. And he's got all his, his plans that he's given to John McClane as he's running under the
Oh, my
airport.
God. Now I got to watch Die Hard
But
2.
that guy, again, really good in this.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he's like, do you care about this? Or how did it make you feel seeing that body? Because they eventually obviously find the body because it just washed up onto a tree branch.
And he thinks it's he probably thinks it's him
Yeah.
or very likely could be him.
Absolutely.
And then Keanu, like,
Yeah.
I called it in. Why the hell would I do that
Yeah.
if I murdered him, but now we know that a
Yeah.
lot of times that does happen.
And people are just saying, like, this guy did it.
Yeah.
This guy confessed. And so Crispin Glover's character decides to hide Samson, or who we find out his name is John Tollett. Just pretty funny.
Toilet,
Yeah.
John. Oh, that's very
They call him
funny, kid.
Samson. And so he's hiding out at Feck's, and this is, again, another little family that develops, is Feck and Samson. And
Yeah.
this really bizarre path that
And-
everything goes down.
And I just want to say Hopper gave a stellar performance. I mean,
He's-
it was incredible.
Yeah,
It
and
wasn't over the top. It was just great acting.
And the director said something in that it's like Gene Hackman wouldn't touch it. They went to a couple
Lithgow.
Yeah, John Lithgow.
He said Lithgow.
Yeah.
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 And I went
a
right
couple
to
of people just, it was too dark.
Yeah.
And, fucking Dennis Hopper. And I'd say this is one of his even more restrained performances,
Yeah. But
which is
but
what makes it
there's
so
a
freaking
ton
brilliant.
of subtleness. Yeah. He really just
Yeah,
plain
and some
old
of the
acted.
conversations that they have, like Samson and Feck talking about how they killed their respective ladies, and Feck says, he shot
Oh yeah, in the end
the
there.
girl, and Samson says, I strangled mine,
Yeah.
and it's
I
so
was
bizarre.
up
And then
close and personal.
later when after Feck thinks he loses John comes back and he's holding the cat and he's starting to weird Feck out. He's like just really starting to creep everybody out.
Yeah. He's
And-
getting really aggressive. I think.
They have that like, are you a psycho conversation?
Right.
And Feck is like, no, like, I know that's a doll. And that
Right,
was really
Ellie?
cool. Like, I know it's a
So-
doll. I get it.
What was your take on the doll?
It served an interesting emotional purpose towards the end in a weird way.
Uh-huh. So
Character choice, maybe? I don't know. Was
so
it an
I did a
actor's
little
choice?
research for you, Ryan. You're going to
Holy
really enjoy
Christ.
this. So you studied the doll pretty well, right? You got a good look at her.
I studied it. It's
When you threw the cat on it, and the cats have claws,
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
a good look
It
at
wasn't
what
a-
she looked like. Was it an attractive doll?
what was a blow up doll?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
it
was
looked like-
1986. So I did a little research for you. There's a little company out in California that makes a modern version today, being that they're in California. So why don't you give me a little description of what you think of the modern version of what he had on his couch there, of what Ellie would look like.
Well, that sure does look like a handsome fella.
So she's blind, right?
Had that been in the
Couch?
on
the couch?
I don't know. I mean, it would be
You
equally
can
weird.
buy this
It's
right
still-
now, Ryan.
It's still an inanimate object.
You can have this
Like,
delivered to your house right now.
That's fine, I suppose. I mean, I would do it. Don't get me
It's
wrong.
a big difference. It's ridiculous. So
And I'd put it in front of my house in like a very regal pose, and just see how long it takes for lawsuits to happen and stuff like that.
see if anybody,
Yeah.
see what, it's a little cold. Why don't you get that girl a jacket?
And now we have, I think, a movie that it's not a slow burn, but a slow-ish burn, and its tension starts to rising.
Yeah.
And it's kind of led by Crispin Glover's character, who again seems to be the ringmaster for everybody. But Keanu Reeves has that blow up at his house finally with Jim,
Right.
and he seems to have no fear of that guy, of reprisals. Like, he's ready to fight. Like, oh, he gets off the couch or whatever, and the guy's getting out in his face.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, food eater.
Grabs a baseball bat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Keanu did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that guy came right at him like he's take it away and beat him with it.
and then, later, the dad kind of holds Keanu back because he runs after Timmy, who desecrated Missy's grave.
Yeah, he pulled him off. He pulled him off of Timmy when he was smacking Timmy in the face.
And he's upset for what he did to his little sister, and and then you have, I think, just the beginning of the rise of Timmy.
Well, one of the things I like in the writing is how he started the movie with the doll being killed, and then you got the dead body, and he's paralleling throughout the movie the death of the doll, Missy, and Keanu's conscience, and going to the funeral, and the lack, him not going to see the real dead body, and the lack of conscience on the other guy. So he strings this parallel feed throughout it using the doll and the family life, which I just found really good writing, really clever thing to do.
Yeah, that is a fascinating component of the storytelling, because when you have this brutal crime, you maybe start to forget about it, and then the other dramas start to find their ways, but it doesn't let you forget because it keeps cutting to the face.
Yeah.
And that's why Keanu ultimately says he had to make the call, because that face is what he couldn't get out of his head, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, and you do hear that from the Highwayman. I love that movie, right? And
you watch other movies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you do these, but
I watch Highwayman every day.
Is it on
It's like a
repeat?
warm up, exercise, and then I start my real, expanding out.
Foreplay.
But you have to have your, you get up in the morning, you do your push-ups and your sit-ups, and you run in place for 15 minutes. That's Highwayman. So where was I going in that? He says a line in there that parallels that. You sidetracked me. You put you did it over the top. Ryan just turned his hat backwards, so I thought are we arm wrestling? Is that we going over the top here? Sammy Hagar.
I don't know why.
Another 80s classic, right? You got to love over the top.
Well, this is another really spooky as shit scene, because Matt smacks Timmy around and it's pretty rough. And he says, "I saw you on the phone. I saw what you did." Meaning, I saw that you called the cops.
Okay, I do have it now.
What?
When I go, I don't sleep much, but when I do, I mostly see dead Mexicans. Sees their faces. So that's what he said in Highwayman, which is a PTSD thing, which relates to what Keanu, what Matt went through.
Look at us, just all off topic.
Woo! Yeah, well, I had to bring it back. I knew it would.
Hopefully
come
that
back
doesn't
up.
Frustrate listeners. It's hang in there with us.
We do get a lot of happy comments saying, "I love how you guys go all over the place." So we don't want to let those people down.
We love you. We love all of you.
Right at you.
littleindependentpodcast@gmail.com. Random.
I remember my first beer. It
I
wasn't
remember my
Michelob.
first beer. So Tim, I feel, had a legit menace, and he's like, "You're gonna die for what you've done. You're gonna die." And I was like, "Holy shit, this kid's holy shit."
So the scene right before that, where the mother's yelling at him, and then he just storms out of the house and rides away on his bike anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so that made me think of another movie, and I already know the answer because you've laid it all out all the way up to here. But my question for you was in the comparison to Ed Furlong's performance as the teenage rebel to the broken household in the classic 1991
piece of shit
Terminator 2, which I love and the rest of the world loves, except for Mr. Buck over here.
Oh man,
who
outs my
only
last
doesn't
name and
like
shit.
it. That only because of Ed Furlong does not like it.
It's not.
And
the
I was
only
going to say,
reason.
how do you feel about our boy in this movie? Because he's playing basically the same character.
Oh, this kid acts the shit out of Edward Furlong in Terminator 2. Jerk off.
He couldn't
day.
even be a shit stain in this
this
kid's
kid,
drawers.
This kid, and he's grown up. The kid who played the man now, obviously, who played Timmy. He wrote Final Girls.
Shut the fuck up.
Uh-uh.
I'm on my third beer, so excuse me, folks. I get a little aggressive.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he wrote Final Girls.
And that's one
He's
of your
come
favorite.
up on this podcast before, and I think in this context, and I cannot remember.
The earring kid wrote Final Girls.
Yeah. And he's written about, because he didn't continue acting very long after this.
But that's a great movie. We're going to do
Hell
that
yeah.
on this as soon as you pick it.
I know. That's just one of those super special ones. But there's, again, the story is heightening, and I love the story that Feck tells about losing his leg. So, and that was, that
there's my leg laying in the road.
I wonder if that beer's full. It's so well done. That could have been a great one for a clip. But I love Lane in the car, and he's getting more and more manic, and now he starts like doing drugs. And he ultimately ends up like passing out, and the car just loops up onto the curve.
He's popping pills now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell those are.
But what kind of precipitates this is the three of them, Lane, Clarissa, and Matt, are in the car, and this is where Lane has that freak out.
Yeah.
And,
Get out!
Ione Skye is phenomenal in this, I think. We haven't really talked much about her, and that's really crappy.
What really impresses me or just blows my mind about it is that, all the movies you named, she went on to act in, but she was not an actress. The director just saw her, like we have the Northern Express up here, right? That free magazine that you just pick up at every, every restaurant or whatever. And local people put their ads in it. Well, she was in one of those, and he called her a hippie girl, and he's like, hey, find out who this is, bring her in.
Yep.
He just liked the look of her. And then she goes on to have a wonderful acting career because who knew she could act?
Yeah.
And then it's just one of those true Hollywood discovery stories.
She's amazing in this scene in particular. And Lane freaks out, and he does that like a man can't waste his time choosing words. And he just freaks out, and he kicks her out of the car. And Matt,
because he said something to her that was,
he
called her
it was a cool,
called her a something bitch or
scene
something.
About Jamie's dead. I like Jamie. Jamie's dead. John's alive. I care. I want to focus on John. And it all comes across really sweet. It really does, in a weird, perverse way. He cares about something.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care who knows. So, this brings along, the fact that Matt and Clarissa, they have a little blossoming situation. They end up fucking in the park, which is cool.
It was all on Clarissa.
Yeah.
She did it all. She made all the moves. She got the sleeping bags. She grabbed him on his thigh, very close to his junk.
And this is
depending
where,
on how well Keanu's hanging that day.
She says, I wish I had done it. I wish I had, called the police about this. And he admits that he did, which gets him laid.
Yeah, that turned around because she was just saying how she respected Mike for doing it. And he's like, he knew what he was doing. He's like, that wasn't Mike, it was me.
And now at this point, you've got, little pairs pairing off. So they've paired off. You've got John and Feck paired off, and you have Tim and Nunchuck, and they've got this whole they're gonna go get a gun. Yeah, what does Tim says? Get your nunchucks and your dad's car.
Yeah,
I know where we can.
Get a gun because he's gonna kill his brother.
Yeah,
he's gonna kill Keanu.
They break into Feck's place. Find his weed.
He was a terror in that place.
Yeah.
The way he was ransacking that place, the little brother there.
And at this point, you've got John or Samson and Feck down by the lake.
Oh.
And I forget.
And Ellie.
Because, and they've kind of I think, John's not wanting to be cooped up. They just end up by the lake, and that's their compromise.
He just doesn't give a fuck. He's just going to keep going until they kill him.
And this is the first time that he starts to show some emotion. He's hollering across the water because people are saying you're going to go to the electric chair for this, or you can get fried for this, man.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't seem to care. I don't
He doesn't.
Does he want suicide by cop? Does he want? It's just kind of hard to tell.
He makes the comment. You live. You're born, you do shit, and then you die.
Yeah.
And that's what he's living by.
And he talks
there's
about
no consequences.
how, he wants to show the world who's boss and how he felt killing the girl.
Oh, that was gross. That
And-
description, yeah.
And
That was
Dennis
sick.
Hopper, he's like, didn't you feel like that? When you killed yours? And he's like, not really,
He's
no.
like, not really, man.
And this is the moment in the movie where I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
Somebody is out crazying Dennis Hopper.
yeah.
And Dennis Hopper starts to slink down.
Yeah,
And he even says, like, you need to calm down, man.
yeah. It was Hopper did a tremendous performance. Only second to Waterworld.
And he, they're sitting
no
there.
comment. Only second to
Second to
Waterworld.
Oh, I love Waterworld.
Yeah, I just,
That's
I
well
thought-
documented.
No, you're
Can't get a rise out of me out of Waterworld. You know what? I'm going to watch it tonight.
the rise was in thinking about his performance, not saying it
and
was bad. I'm saying
And
it
it's
was
like
only
a foregone
second to that.
conclusion.
I think of him in that role. It's not him riding around that chopper. For me, Waterworld with the eye patch.
yeah,
Holy crap!
that's interesting.
Yeah,
He's not always completely unhinged, and you got to think about that. Actors who are known for wild performances or even wild behavior, it's got to be tough for them.
yeah.
Oh, you're just expecting, even Nicolas Cage.
Case in
perfect
point.
example.
When I watched Pig, I kept waiting for it. I waited an hour and a half for it
yeah.
and didn't get it.
What I think is interesting is the director at one point had mentioned that Dennis Hopper is the moral center of the movie. You think it's Crispin Glover's character, but he's not. And it kind of turns out to be Dennis Hopper because what we find out is, he says to John, I'll be your friend.
Yeah.
And he shoots him in the head.
The director said that? That he was the moral center?
that he's the moral
Wow,
center of the movie.
That's really interesting because I would have said Keanu.
I think the same
Keanu
thing.
has the conscience through the whole thing, and he's the only one to turn him in.
Yeah. And
He's-
maybe it's about the ultimate justice or something, but it's
Yeah.
bizarre.
Well, he's the moral center for justice because of what he does.
Yeah.
For sure.
And everything in a way does come together pretty fast at the end. Dennis
Yeah.
Hopper comes back. The kids are in his house, and that was a brutal scene because he
Yeah. They just slept there.
nunchuck hits him in the head, and then Tim's like, again,
Yeah.
and he hits him again. And when the cops bust in, and I think he's on the phone, he's like, I'm dying. And you're like, holy shit, you probably are.
Yeah.
Like being hit that hard, terrible thing.
Well, it would feel like that for sure.
Absolutely. And I love as, Keanu and Clarissa are, walking back from their tryst and everything. Keanu says, like, we have to get married now, right?
When they're laying there in the park still. Yeah. He says, so we get married now,
Do
right?
you think that, was that meant to be
I
funny
thought
or
that
not?
too, or was that meant to, when the writer wrote that, I was thinking that, did he mean that seriously? Because Keanu delivered it pretty straightforward. Like you could go either way.
Yeah.
Like, was he serious? Because maybe it was his first time and that's what you do. But, his not from that household, you wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
But I got the same thing from that.
And it's kind of, and now Keanu has to go home to a nightmare. His mom has this incredible breakdown.
Oh, yeah,
It's
the
one
girls-
for the ages. Jesus Christ.
Oh, what does Clarissa say? I feel like a used.
Oh, like I was dipped in used cooking oil.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And he's like, do you want to take a shower?
Yeah.
She's like, no.
She goes, no,
Ugh.
because they're going to school.
Now, I talked about how bad it must have been to have sex with like that woman in Skin of the Wolf because how bad people smelled and
Oh,
everything.
yeah. The first one.
I watched that thing and I was like, oh, that must have been nasty as hell. And they both probably equally the nasty repelled itself. But, Tim is still out. Lane at this point has passed out. He's snatched by the cops. He's not arrested. So interestingly enough, he's like, why am I under arrest? See ya. And he
when he's
knows to walk away.
at the police station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the teacher is freaking out. So you have all these things
Yep.
happening at the same time.
Teacher, asshole, no cry. That's what I wrote.
Jesus, what the
What
fuck
a fucking
was that?
prick. See, there's your difference. You could.
I assumed that he was fucking Jamie.
But
like he was having sex
I
with
have
that.
no doubts that
the victim.
teachers could have acted that way then. That and now it's like they call in counselors.
He was so emotional about it. I thought he must have been involved with the deceased girl.
Yeah.
100%. So
But the
all
way
this,
he was treating the kids was criminal.
all this is bubbling to a head. They all go back down to the river because Lane is trying to find John, and they find that he is deceased.
He's trying to find a John by the river.
He's face down.
Nice round bullet hole in his head
Yeah.
with a puddle of blood under it.
And this is where Tim shows up, gangster style. He has been in a stolen car all fucking day
Yeah.
with another 8-year-old boy. This kid's a gangster. That's what I'm saying. Like he's turning into Scarface or something. Or again, he's adopted into the Teen Witch family.
Oh, he might
In which case,
have been the Golden State Killer.
probably this kid. And so he's going to shoot his brother. And I kind of thought he was going to do it. Did you think he
So
was going
the
to do
whole time,
it? Me too.
the whole time, remember, I was convinced 100%
Yeah.
that he was going to shoot Keanu in the chest, and he doesn't.
Yeah. It's
Why? Because
interesting.
he actually finds a conscience in the kid by saying, "I'm your brother. I'm
Yeah.
your brother," and then he actually like weeps a little bit and puts the gun down and hands it to him.
Yeah.
So that was like a character arc for our little Ed Furlong there.
Absolutely. And I love it's kind of capped off by a couple of things. You got Dennis Hopper, who's head bandaged. I love head bandage wounds in movies.
Really?
That was kind of funny.
Well, all the phones in this movie, you must have had.
Yeah, there's some good phone
You
action.
must have had
Yeah.
what do they
Scintillating.
call it? What do they call those when they whisper into the mic?
Oh, that EDBM, electronic dance music.
What's it called there? ASMR.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So this was an
Things
ASMR
that they
movie
do in the
for
electric
you
forest, right?
all the way through because they
I'm
kept
hip.
hanging up those phones.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Wait,
And
was that a real dial phone?
yeah, we have ending on an interesting scene. It's Jamie's funeral.
Right.
And this is where the Hitchcock music came in. I mean, it's super Hitchcockian, I think.
Yeah.
The way that the music plays, and it
Well, it was real low in the mix too. It was quite
Yeah.
subtle.
and they're all just kind of reflecting, like she's dead.
Well, they all walk by the body, and then sit down. And boy, the one thing I was like, man, that's a really small church, and there's not very many people in there.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
That's a good
probably
point.
the budget, casting
yeah,
and
totally
that
budget,
type of
totally
thing.
budget.
But because when a high school kid gets murdered, I mean, there would be thousands of people at that funeral.
yeah, that's a good point.
But I mean, it's just budgetary.
Yeah,
But the camera moves in, pans and gets a close up right on the Jamie in the casket, and then we just fade to black.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
what was it all for?
but like you're just like the whole thing was pointless, like which is
Yeah.
true. Not the movie, but
Now,
her
does Crispin Glover-
murder was pointless.
Yeah.
John having to die was pointless.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper's clearly going to prison forever now.
Right, but he was justified in his mind, that he took out
Yeah.
a psychopath that wasn't redeemable.
Yeah.
He was
That's true.
saving the world.
Well, it sounded like you had some fun with this a little bit.
I sure
It's not
did.
that it's a fun movie, I guess, but
At least I was. I mean, people are going to be or have been. You're affected by this. After you're
Yeah.
done watching it, you don't. You're not like a jovial, happy woohoo.
And even though
feeling.
this is definitely a longer episode, there's plenty more to see in this movie. I mean, there's just a lot of great lines, a lot of great. It's super 80s and more. John Hughes and all those movies get all the love and
Yeah.
all the iconic stuff. And for me, River's Edge is just kind of, that's the one that I kind of,
And-
identified more with because of the music, because of the, not necessarily the murder and all that. I didn't really have any of that happen in my life, especially in high school. But
Oh, no, me either. Thank goodness. And I love that it's the writer's first movie.
so originally cast as Tim, Mr. Corey Haim.
Yeah, I wrote notes on that as well.
Yeah. Got sick after the first day of production, and he had like pneumonia or something, wasn't taking the role seriously. So thankfully he was replaced because I watched him in a Corey Haim in a riff tracks movie called Fever Lake.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get through it with riff tracks on.
Yeah.
This is pretty bad.
And the director said he wasn't focused at
Yeah.
all, so they cut him.
And Keanu and Dennis Hopper would meet again in a little movie called Speed. 1994. How about that?
How did I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I have
meant to
seen
be.
Speed.
Definitely not an independent. We can talk about it, though, ever.
Oh,
All right, so
Dennis
we'll,
has a great line in that.
we'll end as we do
Pop
with
quiz.
our pop quiz hot shot.
Nice.
This is about money, do me, Jack. No, that was more like Jack Nicholson. Anyway, hashtag no more impressions.
No.
We're going to end as we
do
do
it.
with reviews.
Read it like Nick Cage.
I happened on this movie.
Come on, do it.
Quite a movie, and I'm not sure how. Warning, spoilers. No, not going to do that. So 1 out of 10. Quite a movie, and I'm not sure how. I happened on this movie on the APTN, Aboriginal Peoples TV Network, and can't believe I sat up and watched it. The language was horrendous, the acting way overdone, and one has to wonder about the parenting skills of the people wherever it was supposed to have taken place. I taught school for 28 years and cannot believe the dialogue in the classroom from either students or teacher. I had no idea Keanu Reeves was ever that young, too, albeit cute. Still, it must have some saving something else I wouldn't have stayed. Oh, sorry. Oh, let me try that again. Still, it must have had some saving something else I wouldn't have stayed up to see how it ended, other than I couldn't imagine how it was going to finish. I was also trying to figure out if Lane was supposed to be gay or not. As a gay man, I always wonder about certain characters, but the portrayal was so odd I wasn't even sure at first if it was a man.
If it was a man.
Whole lot in there. And I just kind of really honed in on the fact that he happened upon the movie on the Aboriginal Peoples TV Network. I do not know if that's a thing.
And but how were
odd
they
way
showing
to find,
it?
I have no idea.
I don't understand that one.
All right. A positive review.
Yay.
A
celebration of independent film, if you will.
I got 2 of them because they're short, but 1 10 out of 10 from IMDb, entitled John Tollett. This is the best movie ever. After Love Kiza. Sorry. This is the best movie ever. After Love Liza. Keanu, McFly, Feck, what else do you want? Gas humping? Gas huffing? Gas humping?
You're a little short
I'm
for a
having a
storm
stroke.
chaser.
Gas huffing? Motherfucker? Food eater? Look, I don't have more to say about it. River's Edge is that good. For me, this movie hit home. That's what I like about it. If I need to keep writing lines about it to get my post posted, fair enough. This is Keanu Reeves' Romper Stomper. What constitutes a line, anyway? How can I give a serious, honest, objective review about a movie that doesn't need to be approved or explained? Why do I need to keep adding lines? If you grew up in the 80s and early 90s, see River's Edge. Forget about Less Than Zero. This is all there ever was. So midway through that review, he got despondent because he had to write more lines, and then he finished it with a nice caption, or capper at the end.
He seemed concerned that, he would get posted.
That is true. And final review, 10 out of 10, entitled Slayer. Any film from 1986 that features Slayer is a 10, period. End of review.
And you agree wholeheartedly.
Yes, sir.
So was every song that they played in the Cars
No.
Slayer?
No. There
Was
other
one
bands.
of them Megadeth? That was because there was one song that sounded a lot like Seek and Destroy, and I only know that because we used to play that song in one of the bands I was in.
I'm not sure. Actually, one of the interesting credits was artist music consultant was Brian Slagle, and he is the president and creator of Metal Blade Records. So
Okay.
that was kind of a cool little partnership.
Yeah.
One of the godfathers of heavy metal for all of us metal nerds.
Nice.
Well, thank you for watching River's Edge. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know how you'd react because, you're still kind of a surprising reaction sometimes to things, but I'm glad you dug it.
I did. It took me back to the 80s, and it was a fun visit. And I always, for me, and I probably oversay it, but it's always a celebration of independent film. I mean, I don't have to like it or not like it because we're going to celebrate that this film got written,
And
directed,
jean jackets
and made.
and leather jackets and vests and White Snake and Def Leppard shirts and all the good stuff.
Writer's first movie, Keanu's first movie, Back to the Future, and Dennis Hopper. What could go wrong?
That's right. Well, hey, Todd.
Yes, Ryan.
We'll always have Monty Doro.
saw you look at the time. And you're like, oh shit.
Oh, I know.
No, but we went for a long time before it's actually going to start. So it was probably another hour 45, hour 50 something.
That was for another picture.
Like
Oh, my notes should be open. Here we go.
Perfect. Yeah. Look at me, boy.
we're talking.
Look
we're absolutely talking.
Yes.
This is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is Ghostbusters 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Ghostbusters.
Vigo.
We make
This is Vigo. Give it to me.
Everything you are doing is bad. I want you to know this. New apartment, free parking. There are many perks to being
This
a
should
mother
be-
of a living God.
This should be in the episode. Put this in the end, please. This is wonderful bloopers.
Terrible.
Behind the scenes. No, you always say that, and they're great. They're always great. Especially when you did Jack Nicholas instead of Dennis Hopper.
This is about money due me, Jack. It's kind of like him, right?
Yeah.
Who are those guys?
Who are those guys? You'll love it. It's just a little independent.
Love it. It's just as
Like-
independent. You know what I mean? You're about to say.
You'll love it. It's just a little independent. You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent. Okay.
We're tense. Yeah, we're two or
Yeah.
two. We're like we know love it. It's just a little independent. Like it's just
Like I'm
a little
introducing a
independent.
movie to you.
Like you're about to.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Just a little independent.